We are back with a new vehicle, a 1995 Ford F-150 that looks to be in good shape, looks to be relatively low mileage, but the listing said it doesn't run, it doesn't drive, and that's all we know about it. Let's get into it, see if we can get this baby running. So here she is. I got this truck for, honestly, a little more than I would have liked to have paid for it. I paid $800 was my winning bid. $1,300 after fees and towing. Towing is $96. I know I could tow it myself. I have a tow truck sitting right over there, but that's beside the point. I paid the $96 because it saves me time. $1,300 out the door. But look at it. This thing can't have that many miles on it. It just looks too damn good. Now, before we get too far into the video, remember I'm giving away several cars on the channel absolutely free. All you got to do is come and get them off my property. You can even use my shop if you need to work on them or whatever. You have to let me film you, and you have to get them out of my property. Free of charge, no cost to you at all. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel right now. Down below, click the subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram. The link to my Instagram channel is down below as well. Just do those two things, and that's all you have to do to be eligible to win some of these giveaway cars that we're going to be doing in the very near future. So, did you do it? And let's move on. If you didn't see the video on the Cougar, look how she turned out fresh from Mako. Man, they nailed this one, dude. This thing came back looking so fresh. Good looking car. I've decided I'm not going any further with it, or I'm going to end up putting so much money into the car, I'm never going to see the light of day again. We got to stop somewhere, so I'm stopping here. We took a car that didn't run, and we made it run. This is what we specialize at doing here. We take cars that we buy that are not running, and we fix them. We make them run, we make them drive, we do our best to make them look good again, and then we send them down the road before I lose too much money and end up going bankrupt, which probably is inevitable at some point. So if you're interested in this car, it is up on Copart's website right now. It may not be for sale yet, but you can go there and you can watch the vehicle and you'll get notified as soon as it goes up for sale. Now we'll move on with the F-150 that I've totally been neglecting. So let's do our traditional walk around and let's see what it is we're working with here, I guess. It is two-tone, beautiful white and red. I love that it's a single cab. I've been driving these extended cab, quad cab, crew cab, super crews for a while now, and it's kind of nice just to see an old truck with just a front seat and a bed behind it. Am I right? There's something about it. You guys tell me down in the comment section below. There's something about it. We've got some Travel Star tires with good tread on the front. Body looks pretty damn good. The back, what is this? This is a different tire. It's a Matrix tire. Ooh, it's got a little rust. Not too bad though. I mean, it's not too bad. Let's take a peek under here. No rust at all. How about that? Look at the frame rails. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. Not bad. You can expect a little bit of rust on an old truck like this, but look at this. This thing is in beautiful condition. What I want you guys to do right now, we got a light on back there. Look at that. Okay. Look how easy that tailgate works. Look at this bed. This thing must have had a camper on it. No, it didn't. If it had a camper on it, it couldn't have these bars, and you'd have scratches all over here. This bed has just never been used. The bed has never been used. Wow, that tailgate is heavy. And it works. It opens and closes properly. The ball hitch, you got your lights. Usually these things are missing. These are busted out or just flat out missing. It's a good looking truck. It's a dual tank truck. And we'll see what's under the hood here in just a minute. Nowhere near the same amount of rust over here, but you have a little bit of bubbling right there. Another tire that's, you know, it should get you down the road, from what I can tell anyway. It's a multi-mile. Should get you down the road. And then on the front, we've got the Travel Star again. So a pair of tires on the front and a pair on the back. She's an XLT trim model. She's got the power. Ooh, she's dinging. I wonder why the light back here is on. There's got to be some button or something to turn that off, I imagine. Fuel. Does that do it? That does not do it. Does it do it if I close the door? Yes. All right, it's been a long time since I've worked on one of these older F-150s, guys. A long time. Seat's a little dirty. Probably, I hope it shows up on camera. But honestly, not that bad. What is that? That doesn't look like it belongs there. Okay. We'll pop the hood. Or the hood's already open? Yeah, hood's already open. Let's take a peek under the hood. That dinging's getting very, very annoying. All right, here we go. And there we go. Oopsie daisy. What kind of battery we got here? An 8 of 18, so that battery's a little old. Gear oil? Why would you have gear oil under the hood? That's trans fluid, guys. Well, you can't see in there. That's trans fluid for sure. And there's a funnel right here too. Gross. Okay. Well, that's never a good sign. She's, is it a 5.0 or a 5? What is this? What is this? Oh, that's not good. That's not a good sign. It's just laying right here. Is that it's not an intake air temperature sensor. That looks like a coolant temp sensor. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. Well, oh, that's loose. Oh no, not stop leak. Nothing. There's nothing. Oh boy. Okay. Let's check the oils. She's she's in the low area, but she does have oil. That can't be good. All right. We'll check the trans, which is way back there in the back, and look at that. She's the 5.8 liter, not the 5.0. Let's see what the, oh, there's nothing in the trans at all. Okay. Boy, I'm starting to become very concerned about this truck. Look at that pulley. That looks awful. Wow, that's... Okay. Well... Oh, come on now. What is this? There's a wire just dangling here. Okay. Gee! That looks like... Hold on. Come on. Stay. This is great. I guarantee you this goes here. Promise you it does. It sure does. Yes, it does. Okay, so let's figure out where this goes. Crap, I lost it. Can you guys, I can't see. Can you guys see down in there? There's got to be the coolant temp sensor somewhere around there. I can't see it. I can't see. I see water down there too. I do. Let me get a screwdriver so we can take the... Okay. Oh, these are already loose too. Oh, somebody's been messing around. Yep, there's a reason it doesn't run. Take a look right here. This is where the coolant temp sensor would have gone. Right there, straight broken off. So somebody ran her out of coolant. Temp sensor broke and she ran out of coolant. This is great news. Man, it's a damn good looking truck. I would roll, let me tell you something, guys, I would drive this all day. I would not be embarrassed in the slightest to roll around this because you just don't see many of them anymore. Can we take the key out the damn ignition? There's no strap around the steering wheel either. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Nope, nope. It didn't say anything about a cracked ignition. Oh, okay. Lovely. This is... Oh, yeah. A locked glove box. Okay. Oh, boy. Can we get a screwdriver in there, I wonder? I don't know. That's pretty mangled up, guys. We can't see the... Can't see the miles either. Oh, I'm getting aggravated already, and we just started. Okay. This... I think I got screwed. I do. I think I got taken for a ride on this one. I'm gonna have to look up the listing. I knew it didn't run, but I figure it looks like it doesn't have more than 75,000 miles. I would guess no more than 75, 80,000 miles on the old girl. So what could possibly be wrong with it? And seriously, looking under the hood here, I don't see an excess buildup of oil or anything. I mean, never mind, I take that back. Look at all that right there on the intake and over here. So I'm a liar. I'm a liar. That is not 75, 80,000 miles. I don't know, maybe 120, 150,000. Drop your comments below. Tell me how many miles you think this old girl's got on her based on what you're seeing right now. I guess my job is to go get a screwdriver. It's getting late. It's 4:30. So I'm gonna need to go. Nothing around here is close.
Here's what I found.
Oh, Siri, piss off. That means I've got to drive 30 minutes into town. For sure, we need a coolant temp sensor. Hopefully that's the right one. Yeah, I'll go get a coolant temp sensor and a screwdriver and a booster pack because I'm sure this battery's got to be fairly low at this point. And let's see if we can get her to run. Maybe the reason it was listed as a non-runner is because there were no keys. Maybe they just didn't stick a screwdriver in the ignition and try to start it. And we're back. O'Reilly Auto Parts for the win. There we go right there. Brand new Mastercraft for $30. 30 bucks. We don't even know if it runs. I got a feeling we stick this thing in the ignition, it's going to fire up. You know what I forgot? The booster pack. Let me grab that real quick because I know if I don't, we're going to have to go get it anyway. All right, the NOCO's doing its job. She's got a healthy 12.7 volts. You guys drop your votes below. Is it going to run with a screwdriver or not? I'm thinking it's going to run. I mean, look at it. It looks too damn good. This thing's absolutely going to run with a screwdriver. They just didn't stick a screwdriver in it. One thing that does concern me, though, is in the bed. You see that? That's a torque converter. Why is there a torque converter in the bed? Oh, there's a screwdriver right there, too. Yeah, I don't know why a torque converter is in the bed, but that concerns me. Maybe they put a brand new one in it, right? Oh, boy. Let's see if we can get it to bite. No, wait. There we go. Bingo. Bingo. Oh, yes. This is it. She's going to run. She's going to run. You ready? You drop your comment. Oh, 292? You're kidding me. The miles are 292,717. Holy crap. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, the screwdriver's in. Here we go. Let's cycle the key. Try to prime the fuel pump. No. It sounded like it almost tried to hit. No. Okay. I can't stop the dinging, guys. My apologies. There's nothing I can do about it. It won't stop dinging. Okay, so there's a couple things we need to be looking at here. First, and the easiest, do we have fuel pressure? Next, do we have spark? If we got both of those, then we can start being concerned that maybe this thing, since it was stolen, got overheated, the people didn't care about it and drove it till the motor blew itself to pieces. That's always a possibility. There's a Schrader valve over here. Oh, that's on tight. That thing's all boogered up. There's a Schrader valve right here, but we'd have to stick something down in there. Let me see if I can find something and see if we got any fuel pressure, and we can move on from there. When all else fails, go find you a stick. I don't have anything on hand, and I'm not walking all the way to the shop to go get something to stick into this. Oh, I got my camera. All right. Now I know that. Let me smell that. That smells good. That's good gas. It's not rotten. Of course, I know people are going to say, you don't have a fuel pressure gauge. I'm aware. I've got one. I'm just too lazy to go put it on. All right. Let me get this gasoline off my hands. Next, I guess we'll look for spark. All right. Since I don't have the proper tools, we're going to do this the old school way. Shove the screwdriver into the boot here. All right, and we set it on something metal. You should see a spark. It should have a strong enough spark to jump off. So I'm going to crank it over. You guys are going to tell me if you see a spark or not. If we do, then we can assume it's probably something mechanical with the engine, possibly distributor. If you don't, possibly a coil or ignition control module, the computer. There's a million things, so let's just hope you see spark. All right, I just reviewed the footage, and guess what I didn't see? Spark. I had my fiance come out here and take a look as well, since the camera doesn't always do it justice, and there is no spark coming out of this thing. So next, I guess we better go grab a voltmeter. Key on, engine off. We'll check for power at the red terminal. That should be 12 volts in. The white wire, I believe, is a tack wire, so I don't think we'll need to mess with that too much. We can check our secondaries and our primaries, and then we'll find out if the coil is bad. I'm hoping it's just a bad coil. But when you see all of this that somebody's been tinkering with, what do you really think the chances are that we're going to get off with just putting a coil in it? And here's the thing, we could throw the parts cannon at it, guys. I would much rather properly diagnose it before we go buying parts. I've already got more into this thing than probably I can get out of it. So let's do it the right way this time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we can get this done before it gets dark. I thought this was going to be easy, and maybe it will be, but we're going to test the coil right now. We're going to start by setting the digital volt ohm meter to 20,000 ohms. All right, and I've actually got it in the wrong place. Let's flip this around to 20,000. All right, right there, 20,000 ohms. Now we're going to move over to the coil. You guys are going to have a hard time seeing the coil, but we are going to test from the post to the positive. And to do that, we got to come way over here. And to do that, we got to come way over here and pull this out of the coil. We've got to take the lead off of the coil. And now we can take our probes and let's see what we get. All right, so let's take one of our probes. And this is going to be hard for you guys to see if you can see it all. We're going to put one on the center post, one on the tack side. So we'll test our secondaries. We've got 8.44. Guess what? That is a good coil. Let's check our primary windings here. It's hard to reach this, guys. Boy. Uh-oh. Nada. Let's put it on 200 ohms. Tell me we get something. 0.5, 0.7. Ah. Come on. These terminals are very difficult to get to. It's not showing open, so that's good. But boy, I'm having a difficult time getting a reading on this. Come on. 0.3. Okay, that's what I needed. That's what I needed. Okay, so the coil's good. So we could have gone and just bought a coil, and that wouldn't have fixed anything. That tells me our problem is somewhere else. So here's where we're going to go next. We're going to turn the ignition on. Forgive the dinging. It drives me just as crazy as it does you guys. Ignition is on. Let's verify that we've got power going to the coil. Okay, that's important. Without power, obviously the coil will not fire. So let's hook up to there and to here. Ah, what do we got? Nothing. Oh, because I'm not on volts. Dummy. One volt. Ah, there we go. Bad connection. 12.3 volts. That's exactly what we're looking for. So we got power going to the coil. We should really have a test light for this next step. So without a test light, this is going to be very difficult. It may not work at all. I don't expect that it will. We're going to try it anyway because this is all I've got. I had a test light. Now I don't. It's been a long time since I've seen it. So what we have done is we now have the positive lead on the tack side, the side that's supposed to ground and then let off the ground to fire the coil, right? So you should see this number, even though it's going to be difficult. This number should jump. It should jump around and probably end up back at 12 when it's done. We're going to turn the ignition And let's see if we get any jumping, because if we don't, then that means the computer or the pickup is not firing the coil. Okay. I'm going to have to review this footage and see if anything moved. Okay, so far we're not having a whole lot of luck. Again, a test light would be, I mean, it would be a really valuable tool to have right now. A simple $10 incandescent test light would be absolutely great. Unfortunately, I don't have one. So next we're going to come down here to the ignition control module, electronic control module. This is not the computer, but this is basically the module for the distributor. Now there is a pickup coil. This is a Hall effect system. All right, there's a pickup coil in here, but this down here at the very bottom, which is going to be really hard to see, but this, I can't even get you down there, man. Here's the connector, and here's the module. My fingers are, well, I don't think I can get you guys down there. Let me try. I really want you to see this damn thing in case you haven't seen one before. Here is the connector, and here's the module with the heat sink. All right, there should be some thermal paste behind it, and then it uses the inner fender liner as basically a giant heat sink to dissipate all of that heat. So there is a wire right here, the very top one. You guys can't see it either, but it's gray. That is your PIP line. And what we need to do right now is see if we got any voltage with the key on going to the PIP line. I'm starting to suspect we may have a computer issue. Okay, so here's what I've done. I've tapped into the PIP line, which is right there with my positive lead. Negative lead is over here. We have 0.03 volts. That's normal, okay? The PIP line is a low voltage square wave signal line. We should be seeing a voltage fluctuation, not too much on here when I crank the ignition. When I crank the ignition, you should see this go up to about 10 volts. So I want to sit you guys down. You can watch, and you can tell me if we see that 10 volts or anywhere near it. 8 volts I think would be fine. I'd be happy to see anything other than 0.03. All right, are you ready? Here goes the dinging again. Let's see that voltage change or not. So what did you see? Because now I gotta watch the footage to see if anything changed. Very, very interesting. We've seen a change. Huh. Okay, well, I'm starting to become more and more suspicious of the electronic control module. That's, I mean, the PCM is really where I'm starting to lean. I need to put this back in here to keep the pins and everything from falling out of it. We definitely don't want a bunch of wires coming out of this. So let me do this. We'll come out. I got another test we can do, and if that doesn't work, we're gonna have to dig a little deeper. This is where we start having to get deeper and deeper into it. See this little connector that goes to nothing? You have any idea what this is? I bet some of you do that are familiar with, what is this, the EEC4? I can't remember. But anyway, this is your spout connector. That's right, S-P-O-U-T. It's an acronym. You don't know what it stands for? That's fine, neither do I. Okay, that's what it is. And in some cases, it resides over there by the distributor. In this case, this is a newer model. It resides over here by the control module. All right. All this is a jumper on the inside, and it basically lets the computer control timing and doesn't let the computer control timing. So if you need to set your base timing, you disconnect this and you set your timing marks to 10 degrees before top dead center. When you're done, you lock it all down, you plug this back in, and it allows the computer to control timing. Well, when you take this out, it literally takes the computer out of the equation. The computer still runs fuel injection, stuff like that, but the computer will no longer try to control timing, and the distributor and the coil should be able to do everything all on its own. Now, this is a map-based system, so we don't need to hook these back up. I'm not going to hook them up. We'll leave them off because there's no mass airflow sensor. In fact, I believe your MAP sensor, your manifold absolute pressure sensor, resides right there. It's all or nothing at this point, guys. They were right. It doesn't run. They were absolutely right. It does not run. So this is going to tell us where we need to look next. Here we go. Huh. No way. No way. Are you kidding me? It fired right up. Okay. Next question is, if we plug this back in and the engine dies, well, that tells us everything we need to know. Because at that point, you have a shorted out computer, and that's very common on these, believe it or not. Oh, we plugged it back in. There it is. It did not die. It runs great. We can't let it run for long because it has little to no coolant, so we need to change that sensor. Listen to that. Oh my God, she sounds good. She sounds good. Oh, she's a little rough when you get on the throttle there. Okay, we're not gonna get too heavy onto her. Reverse. Oh wait. Reverse. Ah, yes. Drive. Uh-oh. Oh, whoa, that's reverse. What? Oh, man. Okay. We got no gears. Windows work? Yes, let's go ahead and roll those down. Let's get those down. Okay, both windows work. That's good. And old school air conditioner right there. We're gonna go ahead and shut her down, guys. Oh, I'm reaching for the key. There is no key. Let's real quick. Let me check to make sure the alternator's charging. Yeah, 14.3. Okay. Wow, it runs freaking great. It's got to get that ignition fixed. Let's see if it fires up again with it plugged back in. It does. And the check engine light went out. Nope. Check engine light's right back on. Now you hit the gas and it runs great. Oil pressure gauge is no bueno. Let's shut her down. Let's go immediately. Now let me ask you something. Why does it start back up again? I'm going to just go out on a limb and I'm going to say that the, what is that noise? Okay, anyway, I'm going to just go out on a limb here and say the pickup coil inside the distributor is dead. Now, I don't know if this is one that you can go inside the distributor and just replace the part, or if it's one of those you got to pull the distributor and put a new distributor in it. But a lot of times what happens is when you start screwing around with that PIP line and you get voltage to go through it and back over to the pickup coil, it will bring it back to life momentarily. Usually it doesn't last. It'll probably go right back out again. So we know what we're looking at. We either need to replace the distributor or we need to replace the pickup coil. Everything else seems to be working just fine. There is a slim possibility that the computer could be bad, but if the computer was bad, as soon as we plugged in the spout jumper, it should have died. So I'm leaning personally more towards the pickup coil. Any of you Ford experts, I know there's some of you out there that are way more knowledgeable on this stuff than me. I'm not an expert. I'm an old shade tree mechanic from back in the day that really just learned by wrenching on stuff and figuring it out on my own, okay? So I could be totally wrong. Definitely comment below if you know anything about these and let me know. But for now, let's replace this. All right, let's get some coolant in it. And, oh, it's out of trans fluid. I'll bet that's why the gears don't work. It's heavy freaking trans fluid. Let me go find some Dex Merc. We can put some fluid in this, and let's see if we can take it out on a ride. It's first drive. All right. Out with the old. Oopsie. Well, she's gone now. She's gone now. In with the new. Slap that bad boy in there. There we go. All right, let me tighten it down. We can put some coolant in it and plug that in. That ought to make the truck a whole lot happier. All right, time to fill her up. This thing will eventually need to be flushed. Trust me, it's not full. Is it? No, it's not. It's just, it's bubbling and gurgling. It's taking its sweet time. Great. I'm in a hurry. We're losing daylight. And she wants to take her time. Maybe I should start it up. Maybe that would help speed this process up a little bit. Okay, we've got coolant. We got some trans fluid. I'm not buttoning it all up yet, but we might just make it before it gets totally dark on us here. Oh, we got heat. That's good. We can turn that off now. I wanted to make sure we had some coolant in there and it's circulating. Yes, yes. 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 And the check engine light just went out. I'm gonna set that e-brake just to be safe. Does the radio work? Hold on. Do we have some music?
4 degrees. We'll continue to have that southeast wind bringing in more moisture from the Gulf.
Cruise control. The buttons feel good. Uh-oh. I think I know what happened here, guys. I've got the hoses. Yeah. I got... There we go. Oops. We got some pressure building up on the cooling system. We'll go ahead and close this off. I don't see any leaks. Coolant seems like it's holding. We'll check the trans fluid. And if all is good, I think we can take her on a maiden voyage. I still think for $1,300 out the door, plus a $30 sensor and some fluids, I probably overpaid for it, but honestly, I don't care. I think it's a good looking truck. I know the video quality is gonna suck. She held an entire gallon of Dexmerk, guys. So that transmission is seriously empty. Why, I don't know. I've got a couple more quarts. That's about all I got left. So I'm gonna throw those in the back, this in the front, and we're gonna take her out on a ride. Are you ready for this? She's idled awful high. That's not correct, but that's, ooh. She tried to die. Here we go. I'm a little nervous about this one, guys. I don't know. I'm gonna turn the lights off, maybe. Turn signals work? They do. Maybe I should leave the lights on, I don't know. She's definitely not idling properly. She's low on gas. The trans is not engaging. I don't think it's shifting. There's second. Okay, yeah, it shifts. Let me roll these windows up. All right. Well, first drive. I wonder if she'll make it to 10 miles. I don't know if we should go that far, guys. She's got no gas. None. I'm gonna roll these windows all the way up here. Okay. Cruise control? No cruise control. Ooh. She doesn't seem very happy about that, does she? It rides great though. The steering, you can't see it, but the steering wheel is straight. Wipers work, yeah. Now there's 65 miles an hour right there. Not an issue at all. It is kind of bogging a little bit. Yeah. She's definitely not a happy camper, but considering we bought it non-running, period, like non-running at all, and take a look at this, like the gauges don't lie, guys. We're cruising 65, let's do 7, let's get her up to 70. There you go, 70 miles an hour, right? 75? Sure. All right. The gas gauge also doesn't lie, and it says we're about to run out of gas. Brights work, signals work, it rides great. We're gonna have to find a place to turn around. We're not gonna make it to our happy little 10-mile spot. We just don't have enough. We don't. I heard it downshift too. Yeah, it's on red now. We better turn this sucker around. We're gonna be in bad shape here in just a minute. If we don't, it's a truck, so we can drive over the grass. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, we're out of gas. We're out of gas. Come on. Come on! Oh man, we gotta book it, dude. I didn't bring any gas with me. Oh crap. Well, we know she goes 80. Almost. Woo! Oh boy. I hope we make it. Here we go. We don't have far to go, guys. But let me tell you, it's not far to go driving. It is very far to go if we have to walk. All right. I don't smell any funny smells. The steering feels tight. The brakes feel great. She just ain't running quite right. The check engine light has gone out now. That's something I didn't notice because, you know, it was running out of gas. But check engine light is somewhere over there by the broken oil pressure gauge. And that light has gone out. When we get back, we'll check the trans fluid. I got a hunch it's probably still low. Kind of like the gas. Not too shabby, guys. From broke to driving on the road. Still needs an ignition switch. I got a feeling that's going to require a column replacement. I may have to do some research into that and find out if ignition is something we can replace without having to do the whole column. But if we got to do the column, I mean, what do you guys think? Is it worth it? It runs good. It's not overheating. Not blowing any smoke. Ooh. It sounds healthy. It does. The brakes are amazing, but she really... Check engine lights back on. Now it's off. It's a very intermittent thing here. Check engine light is back on. Okay. We made it. We made it back to where we pulled her out of. She's been sitting here, guys, for weeks. I don't know how many... Listen to how high that idle is. There's got to be... Yeah, that is idled awful high. Let me check this trans fluid real quick. Let's see where it's at. All right. Do you hear anything different? Take a look down at the gauge there. We have gas now. I put 5.5 gallons of fuel in it. Fresh 93 octane. I know it's overkill, but I put 93 in my jerry cans, and that's all I got. So I took it out for a short drive. Got up to 70. It drove just fine. You can see we had 2 miles on it before. You probably can't see, but now it's got 5.6. So I took it out on a little bit of a drive, and I don't know if you can hear it, but it has idled down. It's no longer idling super high. Listen. It idles right back down to normal. And here's the best part. Let's turn the lights. Well, I'll leave the lights on for you guys because otherwise you can't see. I got a screwdriver in my hand. I'm going to shut the car off. All right, you ready? And we'll see if it starts. I plugged in the spout connector, so it shouldn't start, right? Fired right up. No leaks underneath. It held 6 quarts of trans fluid. I put 6 quarts in it. Where did 6 quarts go? I couldn't tell you because I climbed underneath this thing and there is no sign of a massive leak from underneath anywhere at all. So I don't know how it ended up being 6 quarts low, but there is nothing under this truck that looks like it leaked out 6 quarts of trans fluid. Maybe somebody just put that transmission back in. Maybe they swapped out the torque converter. I don't know, but she held 6 quarts to bring her up to full, and she runs and drives great. Check engine light is intermittent, but you can hear when we hit the gas now. Listen to that smooth acceleration. It's got an exhaust leak. I'm sure you can hear that. Aside from that, though, a few minor things, but there is the downside that it's got 300,000 miles on it. I don't know. You guys will have to tell me. Do you think we got a decent deal on this, or is this yet another one in my collection of cars that I probably made a big mistake on? And with that, I guess we're done. I'm happy. You know, it didn't take a whole lot of work. It wasn't super complicated. Just going through a few basic steps to figure out what was wrong with it. And truthfully, we still haven't fully diagnosed what the problem was, but currently it is running and driving on its own. You don't have to unplug that silly little spout connector. It starts on its own, but most likely it will fail again. Now, comment below, like I said earlier, if you have any idea what it is. Personally, I'm thinking it's the pickup coil. That's where I'm at with it. But again, I could be totally wrong, and some of you out there know a lot more about this stuff than I do. Again, we took something that had been left for dead. It was destined for a scrap yard. It didn't run. It sure didn't move. And after sitting in my yard for several weeks, we finally got around to it. And in one day, we were able to take it from a non-running stolen vehicle to something you can get on the highway and cruise 70 miles an hour with absolutely no issues in. To me, that is a success story. What are we going to do with it next? Well, as usual, we could dump a bunch of money into it and lose even more money. Or now that it's running and driving, we could send it down the road. There's an idea. We've got a lot of other projects around here that need our attention. I don't know how far I want to go with it, but you guys comment below and tell me what you think. Can that ignition be saved with a new ignition switch, a new ignition tumbler and everything? Or is that one of those that we're going to have to replace the column? I really don't want to replace the column, but it may come down to that. It may be something that needs to be done. I really don't know which way to go with it, but comment below and tell me what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't currently subscribed. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button and share the video on your social media pages. It goes a long way to help the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.